WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. 2 days before the NFL draft kicks off from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Browns and Giants are fielding trade calls for their early picks, according to ESPN NFL insider Pete Schrager. Cleveland picks second overall, the Giants third. The expectation is that teams looking to trade up to 2 or 3 are pursuing Colorado two-way star Travis Hunter, Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter, or Boise State running back Ashton Genty. As of this morning, the Titans not entertaining offers for the number 1 overall pick. Arkansas quarterback Madden Iamaleava expected to join his older brother and fellow QB Nico at UCLA. Madden previously spent 8 months committed to UCLA before flipping his pledge to the Razorbacks during the early signing period in December. Baseball, Padres put infielder Luis Arraez on the 7-day concussion injured list after a scary collision last night.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
Never miss 1 second of Charger baseball with the Charger Zone.
Wendell, Knowles, by Lindsay, 6, 4, 3, double play, and UAH is 1 out away.
Only on 97.7 ESPN.com and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app. Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. Welcome to the Blitz.
Hello and welcome in to the Blitz. John Abraham, Joe Hunk, 2 hours straight of sports talk coming your way here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and 1 hour straight on ESPN Winchester. Appreciate if you are listening up there in Tennessee. We had a lot of fun yesterday, Joe, but I got to admit I'm a little bit exhausted going into today because I didn't get to sleep until I was done editing all of those pictures that we had out there, courtesy of Summer. So I appreciate her. And you are already having propping problems. It looks like you're falling down a little bit. When are we going to fix that? Why haven't we already fixed this?
It's a different one.
It's a different one?
It's a different
one.
one.
You switched it up on us now?
No. Moulton swapped it up. Yeah, Moulton swapped. What's bad is I also... talking about what you were mentioning just a second ago, I just posted on my X account when I was posting the video for the show, and I said, why does this Tuesday feel like a Monday after like daylight savings time kicks in and we lose an hour on Sunday? Like yesterday was so hectic between that and everything going on. We are now getting into like final preparation mode for, the drop date. All that's happening at the house.
Yeah,
so
I'm very much looking forward to that, by the way.
Yeah, we need a plan for that.
Yeah, no, we haven't planned whatsoever.
No, we don't have one.
It's going to be me and Steve one day. It's going to be me and Scott maybe another day.
So here's what makes it worse.
Me and Drew probably. Brian and I might just do a little doubled up show.
My wife calls me yesterday as she was leaving work, and she goes, I think my blood pressure is really high. I'm going, and all I'm thinking in my head is, okay, what week are we at? How are we feeling about this? Where do we need to go? I've got one kid. She's got the other kid. I'm already going through this because we have talked about a plan, but it's not there yet. And she goes, yeah, so I'm going to stop by and get my dad's monitor so that I can keep monitoring my pulse. And I'm just going, are you thinking you're about to have this baby? Like what? Like, can you at least just give me till Sunday? Just give me till Sunday, man. Just I'm looking at her stomach and I'm just thinking, just give me till Sunday. That's all I need. Just get me there.
This Sunday?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
It's happening this week.
No, it's not. I don't know when it's happening.
So it's happening in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's supposed to be happening like in the next 2 to maybe 3 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, it's supposed May 12th is the final day.
Congratulations in advance, just in case I don't see you tomorrow.
It's just in case she calls and she's like, "Hey, we're going to the hospital right now." I mean, she could call me in any second.
That's what I'm saying. I might
no.
not see my my good old co-host / friend.
So like I get down and I'm looking at her stomach, and again, pregnancy stomach. And I'm staring. I've got like my hands on both sides, like I'm squeezing the little baby's face, and I'm like, just give me until Sunday.
You're pinching its cheeks.
Yeah, like I'm just give me till Sunday. And then I feel her move inside. I was like, was that a high five or did you kick my hand away? Which one is that? Because I can't feel. Like I'm like, just give me till Sunday. That's all I ask. We were supposed to have UAH softball tomorrow night. That got canceled because of all the rain that's already coming into town.
Dang.
We've got the final weekend at UAH with West Alabama and the Chargers for the baseball team. It's going to be there. They've been eliminated from the GSC tournament, so their season's going to be over after this. And then Saturday night, I have an event in New Hope for a wrestling event that I'm emceeing for the football team. It's a fundraiser that they are doing, which also this is how kind of cool this is. The baseball team for New Hope has made it to the second round of the state playoffs. We just go, okay, it's just the second round. New Hope hasn't made it to the second round since I was in 8th grade. That counts the years that I was also on the team. We never made it past the first round.
It's pretty wild.
No, so they're making it past. They made it past the first round for the first time in like 26 years, something along those lines. And it is game 1 and game 2 at New Hope are supposed to be on Friday afternoon. If it goes to a game 3, that's going to be like right before this wrestling event. That's going to be at the gym that's right beside the baseball field. So it could be like an all-day thing of people from New Hope that are going to be doing this and then going in and doing this fundraiser with the football team. So it's all crazy there. All I need is just to get me to Sunday. After Sunday, you can come on out. We're good. Yeah. We're fine. Okay. I've got to go home today, clean the whole house because that episode yesterday where she started calling and started freaking out. All right, I'm having this and I'm not feeling too good. I'm kind of nauseous right now. I'm looking going, I don't need the play-by-play. Just tell me if you're going into labor or not. That's all I need. I just need a black or white answer here. Okay. Are you or are you not? Do we need to go to the hospital? Do we not need to go to the hospital?
You're asking
which one is this?
Your pregnant wife to give you a black and white answer.
Yes, I am.
Who is also a female.
Yes.
To give you a black and white answer.
Exactly. I'm like, look.
Man's living in a totally different world than I am.
Oh, no, trust me. It didn't happen. No, it definitely did not happen. So now she's worried.
It's like asking a wall to talk.
Actually, our walls do talk back to us. They say what we say, but I mean, they do talk back to us.
Well, we have the stuff. We just need to bring it in here.
Yeah, we need glue.
Where's the hot glue gun, Brian? Brian, today, bring it in. I'll help you set it up.
I'm asking her this. I'm just like, just give me black or white answers on this. That's all I need. Okay. So now she's freaking out that, that the house is going to be dirty because we had my daughter's birthday party on last Saturday. And then this Saturday was the baby shower. So every weekend we've been doing stuff. And so now she's worried that she's going to go into labor and the house is going to be crazy. So now I have to go home and go clean the entire house and I've got to keep it clean for 3 weeks.
What's your favorite thing about cleaning a house? Do you have any like favorites? Because I can tell you easily what my favorite is. I love vacuuming. Vacuuming a carpet and seeing it slowly, like the whole house slowly but surely become clean is so satisfying to me, Joe.
I'm actually, here's the one thing I enjoy. This is what's odd. So we have wood floors.
Okay.
And we also have one of those like iRobots that clean, but every once in a while we also want to like do it with the vacuum ourselves.
Yeah, feel like you're doing something.
So I'm not going to go with that, but I will tell you the only thing I enjoy doing, I actually enjoy folding laundry.
Really?
The only reason I do, and this is the only reason.
That's a hot take right there.
It's weird. But the only reason I do is because I'll turn on a game or turn on a movie and I actually can pay attention to the movie. more because I'm like, that's what's keeping me busy.
Yeah.
And so I watch all the stuff that I want to watch while I'm folding the laundry. Dude, I'll do it all day. I don't care. Just sit there and all the little towels and all that. I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. As I'm sitting and watching the NFL draft, and I'm like, dude, I'm learning so much because I'm not paying attention to the actual thing that
I might need to come over to my house, Joe. I'll straight up. We'll have a little charcuterie board for the NFL draft. I got a lot of laundry you could probably knock out in the span of maybe 30 minutes. Regardless, we're off and rolling here on a Tuesday, a rainy Tuesday at that. So make sure you guys are safe when you're out and about, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to some other type of event. Regardless of that, you're able to listen to the show on our app or on the airways, 97.7 ESPN Winchester. And you can also join in on the conversation at 256-576-97.7. And also, you can watch on WZZN TV, Facebook, and our X. And yesterday, you probably saw we were in a different location. Joe honestly flip-flopped with me. He was actually producing the show, which I'd love to know your opinions on that with the way that our dynamic works, Joe, especially with the little delay from the Comrex.
No, the delay is what made it even worse.
Because we're so fast with our jokes. We go back and forth. We set each other up wonderfully. Whenever we have to wait a second for it to kind of get to one another, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, you can definitely go back and listen to the Blitz and then also turn around and then listen to Tom's show that we did yesterday. And you can tell which one felt way more comfortable between the two because of how quick we normally are with our comments and with the flow in which we go. Plus, the 42 things that you do behind a board while you're also trying to host a show really isn't convenient. And so it's one of those that not fun. Definitely not fun. Producing, like for Tom, I'm just sitting over there. I'm working on 4 or 5 other things. Whenever he wants to talk to me, he'll say my name and I'll be, I don't need to listen. Those are the things with that. But with the way we do our show, it's not really convenient back there at all. So, it was, I definitely appreciated being out at Cherokee Ridge to do the show.
It was your first time out there too.
Yeah, I'd never stepped foot on that place. I had no clue. I've stopped at that Chevron right in front of it probably 10 times, but I've never once taken a right to go to Cherokee Ridge ever until yesterday.
Well, one of these days, whenever we have a little bit of time, because I know we're already prepping for the next event, I got to take you out there, me, you, John, we can run the course a little bit, maybe hit some balls, and you can get the full on feeling for Cherokee Ridge. But we had, of course, the Eagle Insulation Charity Golf Classic benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And if you guys want to see the pictures, because I know there's a lot of guys who joined, who are golfing, who were sponsoring it, your pictures are up on our Facebook right now. So go and take a look at that. Sorry it took a little bit longer to get those up.
It took longer, and you did it the same day.
Well, yeah, but I had to. It was up at like 7:00. I had to edit every single one of them. There was more. I didn't get to all of them because a lot of them are the backswings, and you can only see a few. If you want your backswing and you don't see it in there, just hit me up. Okay, you can do that.
Maybe they're wanting to analyze their backswing.
Exactly.
Maybe they're wanting to analyze and see, like, hey, where can I improve? What can I do better?
No doubt.
Those are all sort of questions that you would possibly be asking in certain situations for this, because you want to be able to see that. You can go to our 97.7 ESPN The Zone's Facebook page is there. We also have some of those up on Instagram as well. You also have it. Follow us on X at 977 ESPN, and you can be a part of that, and you can see, all the pictures that are going. Again, John did say there's going to be more that we're going to be putting out because yesterday was absolutely hectic with everybody that was there and winning. And it was also bad because I joked with Crawdad beforehand, when he was sitting there as we were giving away prizes. I said, "Hey, Crawdad, if you win that pizza oven, like, you could just bring that to the studio. We could all just make pizza." Then he actually wins the pizza oven. I didn't actually think he was going to win it. I looked down as Tom was saying the number, and I saw that Crawdad had 0003, and he had 2 more tickets underneath it, and I went, the only order would be 004 and 0005. Like, that's all I'm thinking.
This guy totally won the thing.
And then the next thing you know, I hear Tom keep saying 0, so I'm going, oh crap. And John sitting beside it, in the very moment that Tom said the number 4, John looks at me and goes, way to go, Joe. It's like, dude, I didn't know he was actually going to win it.
Dude, that thing looks like a spaceship from Star Trek.
I know I really did want it.
It honestly
As
looks
much as we use at our house, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, if you want it, just go on down to Owen Home Appliance. They got a lot of freaking awesome stuff.
Oh, no, they
Okay,
do.
I get to go over there. I get to snag the pizza oven and some of the other giveaway items that they have. And let me tell you, they got the coolest kitchen stuff that you would ever want. I mean, they have stealth oven tops built in to the granite.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, because I've been over there last year, okay, and I saw this thing, I felt like I would lose the oven tops. Thankfully, I would lose it. It's still, I don't know how you would actually find the oven tops, but either way, they get hot.
Well, we have some people that are already hopping in the chat right now. Tara says that laundry is therapy. Matthew agrees, says that he does laundry while he watches his shows as well.
I mean,
watch a game, watch a show, man. I'm telling you.
Vacuuming is my therapy. Vacuuming and what else would I do that I don't mind. Dusting is nice as well. You get a little bit of dust in your nose, but you turn on a fan on, you're good. But you got to dust and then vacuum. That's the combination.
Well,
Pizza
yeah,
Hut at Taco Bell.
No, you can't. No, the vacuuming would blow the dust up. Then why would you vacuum then dust?
No, you got to get the dust off onto the ground and then you vacuum the dust off. Like cleaning a
Just go to the phone lines 256-576-977. John, welcome, man, to the Blitz, man. How's it going?
Man, what's up, Joe?
How's it going, bro?
I haven't called in a minute.
I know.
I've been listening, but I just hadn't called in. I usually watch on the Facebook live feed.
Absolutely.
But you ready for some New Hope wrestling?
Dude, I am actually excited about. My wife wants me to. My wife actually wants to come to the event on Saturday, and I'm looking at her going, "Look, this is a whole production." And the next thing you know, we're going to be halfway through it, and she's going to give me that look of, I may be needing to go to the hospital. I'm like, what am I supposed to do right now? Like,
you're going to leave.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you're going to leave. You're going to hand me the microphone and you're going to leave.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, John, put down that camera. I know we need these pictures, but put down that camera over there. And I need you to hop in on here and you do the announcing for me while I head to the hospital.
If there's an emergency, you just look at me, man. You go with your wife. You don't want to miss that.
No, I do. And it was funny because everybody that's putting this on, they've been contacting me and we've been talking about this for like a month. And so they hit me up and they said, would you be available to do this? And I said, yeah, April 26th, I can. I said, there's only two factors that may come into play. Factor one, Havoc making the President's Cup. Well, that didn't happen. So when that didn't happen, I said, all right, guys, hey, we're good. The only thing we got to worry about now is if my wife actually goes into labor. Outside of that, I'm good to go.
Nothing major.
I am good to go. Yeah, that's it. So we've been working on a contingency plan, which look at this. John's going to be the contingency plan just in case.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. I can do it, man.
Absolutely. Hey, look, I may use you if I have to. I may give you the look after she gives me the look.
Yeah. What did you hear about the Bobby Eaton Award?
Yeah. So yeah. Mike Mason, they've created a Bobby Eaton Award in honor of the Alabama legend, and they're going to be honoring it to Mike right before they're going to be giving it to him right before we start the event. No, it is it's kind of crazy when I saw that post just a little while ago.
One question before I get off.
What's up?
Did you ever cross the road and go wrestle at Dusty's house?
Actually, I did a couple of times. So he's talking about Dusty Mason, which is Mike's son. Dusty used to have a wrestling ring in the back of his yard. I mean, full blown, not just like, hey, we got a trampoline, like a full blown wrestling ring in the back of his yard. Whenever we would leave the house every single day, you look behind the yard and there's a wrestling ring. It's underneath all these pine trees. So every time that you had to get in it, we had to like sweep all the pine trees, all the pine needles off of the ring just for us to hop in that thing. No, we did.
Hitting each other with baking sheets and stuff like that.
Every single thing. We had the trash cans, the baking sheets. There were chairs, like plastic chairs that were around the ring. We were even doing it with like the sticks that had fallen off the trees. I mean, dude, we were using everything.
All right, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it this week.
It's going to be awesome.
Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bro. No, absolutely. John's going to be doing a lot of the photography for this event coming up on Saturday night. So
it should be a lot of fun.
It is. It's all the money is going to be going to the New Hope High School for the football program.
And maybe the fence.
Well, yeah, they probably need to put a little sidebar. No, that's what I want to know. Okay, because I was told the fence is still there. Obviously, you can't just take that portion of the fence down.
Yeah, but what's the line right there? What do you think it is feet wise?
It's like 365, 370.
Well, that one little area right now is
Yeah.
sitting at maybe 375.
Yes. Oh yeah, no,
Just
absolutely.
put it back a little bit.
It absolutely is. Oh no, I'm going. The first thing I do when I get there Saturday night, I'm going to take a picture with that portion of the wall. If the game is still going on, I'll probably go to the backside where you can kind of see the indention. If the game is over, I'm totally going on the field, walking right up to it, taking a selfie with the hole.
That's what it's all about.
That is what I'm going to do.
Taking a picture with the hole.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Even
That's
though
what
it's
you do.
not a hole, it's like a crevice.
Well, it's an indention.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we're getting more
See,
descriptive
it
with
is.
this word. If it's a hole, people are going to imagine just a hole in the fence.
Yeah, like if a ball one hops that wall, it's not going to go through the wall to the house behind it. It is going to stop. So it's really just kind of like it's like a cup. It has created a little cup.
Think of you're saying a cup now. All
Yeah,
right.
Well, I mean, it's something that I don't
What
know.
is it called? Maybe a bowl shape? I don't know. A cavern? Would it be a cavern? A
Just imagine,
dent?
just imagine whenever you go to pottery class and you try to make a pot for the first time, and then you just stick it up on a wall. That's the hole right there.
So think about whenever you're parking in a Walmart parking lot and the people around you decide to hit your door with their door. That's kind of what it looks like, except for a little bit wider.
Yeah. So that's
The amount of
that's going to be
descriptive words that we've used.
So that's what is going to be on Saturday night. That we're going to be is the first time. This is going to be the first time that I have stepped foot in that gym in 23 years.
Wow.
I've 23 years.
That's insane.
I've been to the baseball field. I've only been to the baseball field in passing. I've been to the football field. I've went to like one game since I graduated. This is the first time that I will be stepping in foot in that gym since I graduated high school.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be Saturday night.
To have a nice little conversation with the coach of said New Hope football team. So that's going to be our Thursday thing.
Crevice is what is on the chat.
There you go.
There we
Even
go.
Matthews helping throw a few words out. Either way, we got
where there's not a crevice?
Tennessee's quarterback room?
No, in UCLA's quarterback room, because it is overflowing with Iamaleavas. And you also have a new one in Tennessee as well. So it's almost like a trade, but it's like a 3-team trade is really what it was between Tennessee, Arkansas, and UCLA.
It's almost like a dumpster fire is actually going on.
That's in LA, and that's what LA normally smells like. 256-576-977 as we continue and get going on this Tuesday on ESPN Winchester, on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, as well as WCCN TV.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID, and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15. At Newmarket, Jefferson's will be opening a new location at 2190 County Road 65 very soon. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings. Hampton Cove, and soon in Newmarket. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up and temperatures going down right now, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bad compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490.
AL certain number 21014.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Relatively warm as we head into the overnight. Temperatures only dropping into the upper 50s and lower 60s, but we're going to maintain the opportunity for a little bit of rain. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky once again as we head into your Wednesday. A couple of peaks of sunshine here and there, but otherwise we're talking about a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 70s. We're also maintaining the opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. The good news here is that no severe weather is expected and the day is not going to be a complete washout. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Thank you for making us your number one choice for sports talk in North Alabama.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello, welcome back in to the Blitz. John Abraham, Joe Hunk, as we continue on this Tuesday in No Man's Land, aka our studio, the new studio though, that we've been in for about a month and a half, and it's been growing. Look, we were just like throwing a little bit of fun at the walls, shooting back our voices because we don't have the insulation.
John, you realize it's almost been 3 months, right?
Really?
Yeah, we got in here at the beginning of February.
Yeah, time's not real.
May 1's coming up pretty quickly.
It was constructed by the government to make us think that time existed, and maybe the Native Americans. Regardless, what's not fake is the transfer portal, and people are hopping in it, and they're going to different schools left and right. And for the Iamaleavas, oh man, it is a field day, and they're able to just quickly Control Z what they did to start off their college careers, and that's by going to SEC schools and then just erasing it completely and going to who they pretty much committed to first in the form of UCLA. We're going to get into that conversation. You guys can join us as well, but before we do that, the comments popping off. Jay Vassar, good to see Jay Bird. Yep. Hey, you know what? Got to see him for the first time, got to talk with him. It was fun to have him out there. We appreciate you, Brandon, for setting up this team to get some of the listeners out there. It was great. It was a fun event. And then John threw in, Joe, they fixed the fence.
Dang it.
You can't even get a picture of it. They better have it in a frame in the gym, because that right there better than any banner that you would get.
Well, it can't be like a frame up against the wall, because you can't put it up against the wall because of the indentation on the back.
It'd be a thick frame, Joe.
No, it's really just kind of like a statue. Is really what you need to make it.
Oh,
you need to make it like a statue.
Put it in the Museum of New Hope.
Well, just like, yeah, because that thing I'm sure has a lot of history. And it was, you just, you put it up there with a plaque right in the front of the school, just so that everybody can kind of see, that's what you do with it. But then you also have Kyle that said that the Braves lost Spencer Strider for at least 15 days, pitched one game so far. Yeah, no, he is back on the IL. And I think that this is more about letting his body rest and kind of just let it kind of go with going away that he has, like, it's a hamstring issue. So it's more about overutilizing his lower body to try to make sure that he's, still pitching like he was.
Mm-hmm. And it happened in a warm-up, too. It was like the warm-up before the game. He was just throwing around.
Yeah.
And that's whenever it just kind of came. It's one of those freak things.
Well,
Thankfully, he's not going to be out for the season, hopefully. But 15 games, still a big loss for the Braves, even though they've been winning as of late.
Well, no, they've won 4 in a row. After last night, after beating the Cardinals 7-6, Cardinals have lost 6 of now 7 of their last 7 games that they played in, and Braves are starting to hit a little bit of a streak.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is where this team is going to continue to play extremely well when you're starting to get healthy.
Yeah.
Still doing this without Acuna. You were seeing small things like this is the reason why that there was one incident that took place in the game, and it's almost like a ripple down effect. And it is one that like Austin Riley beats out an infield ground ball. Now, we made the big thing about Kellenic 24 hours beforehand about how he wasn't running. He got thrown out at second base, that sort of thing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything last night.
No. And so but with Riley, he beats out this ground ball, and it would have been the second out of the inning. Instead, he beats it out. Then like Albies does something, and then Matt Olson gets like a game tying hit. And then right after that, you then had like Sean Murphy hit the 3-run homer that then makes it like, 7-3. And eventually they win 7-6. All because of one play with Austin Riley. Like that's the reason why you're not going to look at this in a way of saying, oh, this was the play that changed everything. But like in football, if we're talking about in a football game and a guy continues to move his feet and he gets the extra yard, you can look back and say, look at the way that drive happened before, after that, because he got the first down, which then in turn gave you the extra set of downs, allowed you to get to touchdown. But then you have the other guy that doesn't get that extra yard. And you're thinking, okay, well, now a 3rd and 2 is now a 3rd and 3, and you come up a yard short and you've got a punt where you could have had a first down. Small things like that. You don't really look at them at that point in time until after the game is over with. But the Austin Riley beating out that ground ball had a ripple down effect that in turn, that inning allowed the Atlanta Braves to get up 7-3, which is where they would eventually win on this. And so now this is how this team is starting to play much better as a unit. And you're also you still got Kimbrel to come back. You still need Acuna to come back. Now you get Strider to possibly come back a second time in these instances. And so you're starting to kind of get on a roll with this. And let's not even act like even with Strider, the game that Strider pitched in, they didn't even win.
No, they didn't.
So it's not like, oh, great, we lost the guy that just got us one of our wins. No, you didn't. He didn't even play into this winning streak that you're having.
It was his first game in 375 days. All right, let's be real with you. Okay, that's hard to win your first game back. And I think that he did provide a pretty big boost for the Braves. But, I see in the chat, there's like, oh, this is a comeback. Oh, this is one of those things.
And they did come back.
It was one run. Okay, they tie it up. And then they added on to the case, of course, with Sean Murphy's home run. And then it was to the point where it was 7-3. This is a game that you're just supposed to try and lock down. But in typical fashion in the MLB, these games got to get close, and we see the Cardinals almost win this one. The way that it ends, Joe, has got to be one of the worst ways that it could end for the opposing team, in this case, the Cardinals.
Screw him.
I mean, he's like, oh, well, I don't know. He's like, should I run? Should I not? Yeah, you probably should run. And then, of course, getting tagged out. He swung, pulled back, knocked the ball right into the dirt. He was thinking it was maybe going to be foul or on the plate, so it wouldn't count. But, no, yeah, he made a big mistake right there, but regardless, he wouldn't have gotten very far if he did run. So
well, and see, here's my thing about Nolan Arenado. I have always believed this with him. He is not a big game player. Like he is not a clutch player. There's never been an instance with Nolan Arenado, and I know he used to be a Colorado Rocky, so it's kind of hard for him to have that moment. But he's never been a guy that would come through really in a clutch situation that you one up with the pennant on the line, or you're going to one up in an extra inning game when you're trying to secure a wild card spot, or if you're in a NLCS or NLDS. Like he's not that guy. And even in like the WBC, where you see Giancarlo Stanton hitting a bomb, or you're starting to see Adam Jones climb a wall to make a catch one time, or you're even looking at the way that Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani played the last go round when they were playing. Like those guys have that instinct in them that when the game is on the line, they can come up clutch. Arenado is just not that guy.
No.
He's never been that guy. He never gives off those vibes. He always seems to choke in those instances. And this was just another one that, for me, I'm looking at going, well, that's Arenado for you. That's what you get. He's going to get you the Gold Gloves. He'll make a spectacular play at third base, but what is he going to do when the game is on the line in the ninth inning when you either need a big hit or a big play at third base? Is he going to make it?
Sound like you weren't biting your nails whenever this was going down.
No, because it's Arenado.
Really?
No,
okay, so you were
Arenado.
that confident that he wasn't going to do anything.
He literally is the opposite of clutch.
Ooh.
Like they
had a man in scoring position. Well, not in scoring position on first, but regardless, they could have hit a
really
home run.
The thought process for me was Arenado, you always choke. Just do it again. Like that's how it is, because I'm always at, oh great, you do it all the time. This will be the one time that you don't. But no, Arenado, whether it was with the Rockies, the Cardinals, Team USA, no matter where it is, he always comes up short in big moments. That's just who he is as a player. So yes, he's going to make the millions of dollars. He's going to have the Gold Gloves. But when it comes to putting your horse and attaching it to that buggy, you're not going to do it, because he is not going to be the guy that is going to take you to a championship.
Yeah, definitely interesting. How have you felt about the relief pitchers for the Braves this season? A lot of them same faces, but obviously growing faces as well. But yeah, I mean, again, we almost saw it been given up yesterday. Iglesias almost just threw this one away.
Well,
but,
and Iglesias also has pitched a lot. This is why you want a Kimbrel when in the bullpen for you, so that you can give Iglesias a night off whenever you've had the close games that the Braves have had periodically.
It's also thankful that you got another Spencer in the bullpen that's going to be able to take you 7 innings like he did last night.
No, and so look, this Braves team again is fine. Like this is what you're going to see from them. You've seen them play against the best teams in baseball, the Dodgers, the Padres. They're about to play the Dodgers again, and then they're done with LA. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, we will sit and we will talk about, oh, well, look at how they've done in the regular season. Look at what's been going on so far. They're 8-13 right now. Yes, but coming up in a couple of weeks, like May 2nd through the 4th, they play LA, and then they're done with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
June, all of May, basically May, June, July, August, September. You don't have to worry about what is arguably the number one team in professional baseball.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about them.
I'm thinking we might see one more win against the Cardinals. We might see 2. It would be nice to see 2. That'd be crazy. And I would see at least 1 win against the Diamondbacks. I just think the Diamondbacks are a solid team, and who knows, we might see the Braves show out that they are better than this Diamondbacks team that, although is sitting second to last in their division, also 13 wins, 14 wins on the season. But then you get the Rockies at the end of the month, and that you should sweep them. Go in confident against the Dodgers and get back even on
the road in Colorado. That's always a place where I'm going to say that I just want to take 2 of 3. I just want to take 2 of 3 against Arizona, 2 of 3 against Colorado, and come back to Atlanta and have all of Atlanta getting excited about this Dodger series and treating it like it is an NLCS game. That's what you want, because the Braves are 8-13, but since they started off at 0-7, they're now 8-7. They're starting to win. They've got their first 4-game winning streak in a row, or they're 9-13. Sorry. So now they're 9-7. And so this team they are moving where they need to. There's no reason to worry about it. And you're still waiting for guys to get healthy. And honestly, this is where I've been the biggest surprise has been Sean Murphy, because Sean Murphy actually staying healthy and being able to hit as well as he has been while he's been healthy. This is why you got him. This is what you want from him. And if you can give him a day off and then get Baldwin in so that Baldwin can continue to play as well as he is starting to play now, okay, you've got a good backup catcher. You've got a great all-star starting catcher that when he is healthy, you can see how good the power is. You start to have a deadly lineup that you're still waiting on. You're like 50-50 guy to kind of get back into the lineup and getting in there with Ronald Acuna. Yeah. So you have a lineup. Now you just have to stay healthy.
And I also like where the Dodgers are at right now in the form of they're not doing very well. Their bats aren't hitting too hot. And right now it's going to set up for the Braves to have an actual fun, competitive series with them at the end of the month, going into next month. But Obviously, that loss against the Cubs back on April 12th, the 16-0 loss.
I mean, I wasn't heartbroken about that.
That was one that really shook, I would say, the Dodgers altogether, and maybe like gave them a reality check. Like, hey, you're not always going to continue winning. This was after already they had a series against the Phillies where they lost a majority of those games. But I mean, even the Rockies were testing them in their last series earlier on in the past week. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. We're not seeing a Dodgers team, even if you spend millions and millions of dollars. These are all people that still bleed, all right? So that's what you got to look at. You might see teams that do this. Ole Miss did it last year, the year before that. Look at how far they got. Wasn't that far. So if people still complain about the Dodgers being a very, very wealthy, very, very talented team, these are people. They are breakable. They are bleedable. And I think that right now we're seeing that from this Los Angeles Dodgers team.
They've also won 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, but not by a huge margin. I mean, they won
matter.
1-0 yesterday. So if the bats aren't hot, but you see the Braves getting bat up there.
Vin Diesel taught us one thing through all those movies. We all say it doesn't matter if it's an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Winning's winning. That's fine. But I'm not seeing them put up 7-8 runs every single game. Now the average is probably 3 to 4. So I can live with that a little bit more than what I could live with. But again, the Braves need to at least score 1. So.
And why do we have to focus so much on the city of LA now? Like, that's the other part.
Because Nico Iamaleava's out there.
Because you know what I want to know as well? Like the whole Nico thing. Okay, we know he's going there.
Yeah.
We know that it's going to be most likely the amount of money that he's going to be making is probably, I would say, less than $2 million.
I'm
maybe
going to say
less
1.85.
Maybe so. Like something like that. But here's the other part for me that is strange.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother now transfers in. Oh, Madden.
It's so zany.
Yeah, like Madden is there. Here is where I'm curious, and I'm genuinely curious about this.
Oh, by the way, another UCLA freshman actually he jumped into the transfer portal. So they're running out of quarterbacks now, and it's just going to be Iamaleava in the backfield.
Well, that's it. Iamaleava. Which one's coming in now? Is it going to be N or M? Which one are we looking at? Which one is going to be on the back of the jersey?
Give me M this time. All right.
So here's a real question.
Yeah.
Because Nico, we heard about, how he wanted to do this stuff back in December, and they thought about holding out from the college football playoff and all that. Like we've heard all those news. What did we talk about? Like, especially with the Samoan culture, a lot of times they want to keep the family close together.
Keep the family close, baby.
Which is the reason why Tua's family moved to Birmingham whenever Tua went to Alabama. Like, you want to keep the family close.
I laughed because this is exactly what we talked about yesterday.
Yeah, we said, look,
when we were thinking, maybe Madden.
What does this mean for Madden now? Because Madden's in Arkansas, the rest of the family is in LA. Well, we fixed that issue. I now really truly wonder if part of what Nico was trying to renegotiate was his brother getting a scholarship offer as well.
Maybe it wasn't about the money.
I genuinely wonder that now because, yes, Madden was originally committed to UCLA. It's also not like he's a bad quarterback either. And the reason that he was only ranked where he was because he was number 145. He was number 145 in the ESPN 300. He was the number 12 pocket passer in the ESPN 300, but he didn't play his senior year. This is going to be shocking because he transferred. He didn't play his senior year of high school because he transferred from one high school in California to another high school in California, and he was deemed ineligible. So there's the reason why you go, well, wait a second. He's on the ESPN 300 as 145, and he didn't really even play his entire senior year because he couldn't. Could he even be better than that? Because we don't have the film on what he's done over the last year. But I genuinely now wonder if the whole Iamaleava family wanted to keep everybody together because that's how their heritage is. And they said, look, we don't just want Nico at Tennessee. We would like for you to offer Madden at Tennessee as well. I'm piecing things together based on the way that this looks now. Now, this is nothing that has been talked about.
Maybe that's why he wanted the $4 million so he could give the other $2 million to his brother.
This is the reason why I was asking, so there could actually be like a
the package.
A package deal where they were saying, and then Tennessee, man, is like, we brought in like one of the top quarterbacks in the recruiting class. Like, why would we also want to bring in another one?
Yeah.
I just asked that question. I don't know if that is a thing. I don't know if that is a legit conversation that took place. But looking at how the dominoes have fallen now, where Madden went through spring with Arkansas, there was a thought that he would actually have a shot at being the starting quarterback at Arkansas. And you then turn around and he's going to go to UCLA where he knows he's not going to be the starting quarterback this year behind his brother, which has now caused Aguilar to enter the transfer portal and transfer to Tennessee, where he's reportedly making about $1.2 million. So from the financial side of this, Tennessee's saving money.
Big up.
I mean, if they were paying Nico $2 million, then that means that they're going to save somewhere around $800,000 just by bringing in Aguilar and not having to pay Nico on this. So they're actually looking from a financial standpoint of they're now in the black a little bit.
Yeah, and Aguilar was only the first one to go because then Robert McDaniel ended up hopping in. He's also from California, just a 3-star, but at the same time, another quarterback in the portal. Gonna be attractive to some of these teams that need some extra help, extra depth at the QB position. So I think that we might see 2 positives out of this, and also the Nicos and the Iamaleavas can just be very far away. So again, we don't have to hear everybody butcher their name. Even I just slipped up on it.
Let's be honest. This is not going to go away.
Apparently not, because almost every single one of our videos is about Nico.
Well, and that's because it literally it's as the Nico Iamaleava world turns, because everything is connected to him. Look what else has happened right now recruiting wise that is not connected to Nico. That's a major story. Think about it, because even the Aguilar transfer from UCLA is connected to Nico, and out of all 100 and something odd schools that he could choose to go to, which one does he go to?
Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So out of all of them, and this is not like he's an East Coast kid. He played at App State, but he's from California. He actually went to some JUCO college that's called like Diablo State, which is amazing. And if you guys are not named the Devils, y'all are just dumb.
Sounds hot.
I mean, it is extremely hot, actually. And so I'm like thinking to myself, look at this. Everything right now that is happening in college football is connected to Nico. Every bit of it. You're losing 2 quarterbacks in the SEC now because both are going to UCLA. You're gaining a quarterback that was just at UCLA because of Nico transferring in, is now transferring to Tennessee. All of this is connected. Like, that's the reason why that you go with that title, because every single thing that's happening right now, college football wise, that is newsworthy is Nico. And I'm starting to really wonder if part of this thing with Tennessee also came back to them wanting Madden to be in Knoxville as well, so they didn't have to go to 2 different schools to try to watch their kids play this fall. Like, we're back in like T-ball right now, where your younger brother gets pulled up and gets put on the same T-ball team with you, or the same coach pitch team as you, because, you know, the parents don't want to have to travel to different ballparks every single day. And so they try to make it easier. I now wonder that, since they're at the same university, and the younger brother who had an opportunity to actually start is going to be his brother's backup?
I don't know what the younger brother. Well, I mean, give it a few more years, and the younger brother would have started. Taylon Green is still that quarterback at Arkansas, and he would have stayed being that quarterback. What we're seeing from Madden, instead of being behind 2 guys in the form of Green and Jackson, KJ Jackson sitting at that second string. He's also a redshirt freshman, but he's going into his second season. Whereas Madden, freshman, just straight up, he's fresh out the block. Now we're seeing Madden go over to UCLA. He's already secured that second string position.
I mean, they basically have handed over everything to this family.
Yeah,
every bit of it.
Basically,
I mean, look, even with Madden, one of the reasons he was committed to UCLA to begin with is because one of his teammates at the new school that he transferred to is also committed there. It's a wide receiver.
There you go.
So it's like it's all of this now is all connected to this family.
It's like Abrahams and Winchester.
Yes. A lot more power, though.
Well, Joe, Nico isn't the only quarterback that's being talked about right now, because Lane Kiffin had his own comments about one Mr. Carson Beck. taking just shots at random quarterbacks left and right. I love it. We'll talk about that and more as we get into the final hour or final segment of the first hour here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, ESPN Winchester, and WZZN TV.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. AI-powered betting models to help you make sharper picks during March Madness. Free 7-day trial available now at rhythm.com. That's RITHMM.com.
The NFL Draft gets underway Thursday in Green Bay with the first round. The second and third rounds on Friday. The fourth round through the seventh round on Saturday. Number of Southeastern Conference players taken in the first round of the draft. It's an over-under bet, 14.5. That's juice to the over, minus 250. Atlanta Braves, a $2.25 favorite to win their fifth straight game as they host the St. Louis Cardinals today at Truist Park. Spencer Strider on the hill for the Braves. Andre Palante for the underdog Cardinals at plus 185. The total is 8, and that number is shaded to the over. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Have you discovered Good Company Cafe? The place for breakfast, brunch, lunch, and so much more. Enjoy brunch all day and pair with one of our many seasonal refreshing drinks, including alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. Choose inside or outside on our gorgeous, spacious, dog-friendly patio and have some fun with friends playing yard games in the courtyard. See catering, to-go options, and lots more at goodcompany-cafe.com. Good Company Cafe, 7500 South Memorial Parkway.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up and temperatures going down right now, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a back compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490.
AL certain number 21014.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Rocket City, for air that's cool and clean, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Get HVAC smart with Professor Green and the expert team at sensagreen.com. Now offering up to $1,500 off any new Bryant system. Whatever it takes, Sensa Green has Huntsville covered. Remember, folks, with innovative, sensible green solutions, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943.
Member FDIC.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-70s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be a common theme through a good majority of the day, but there are going to be significant periods of dry time. Not everybody's going to get wet at the exact same time. Dropping into the lower 60s as we head into the overnight, maintaining the opportunity for a little bit of rain. Rinse and repeat, and as we head into your Wednesday, a mostly cloudy to overcast sky. Temperatures climbing into the mid-70s with scattered showers and thunderstorms off and on through the course of the afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Final segment of the first hour here on the Blitz, presented by the wonderful people over at wait. What's this? Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online at FlemingHSV.com. Boom. Wow. I was just saying it, and it felt like I was rapping it. Regardless, always having a fun time with Joe Hunk here on the show. And Joe, Lane Kiffin's always having a fun time roasting other players, whether it's, quarterbacks that he's faced off against that he's had to really just prove right, or whether, he's losing games anyway and he still decides to just roast somebody just for the heck of it. But this is what he had to say on one Mr. Carson Beck's lucrative deal to go to Miami.
It's crazy, Coach, that you bring up the NFL structure with college now because they're in the contract. They're making money. They're making millions of dollars. I think down in Miami, what's Carson Beck?
4.3 is the valuation.
Million. I think my biggest year was $6 million. He's a college kid. So, you bring up the comparison of what they're doing. They're really getting NFL money.
Miami gave him $4.3 million.
Cool.
That's what the evaluation says. Hey,
Did they watch this game against us?
You don't have to be great, Coach. Hey, Lane,
oh, jeez. I've never disliked Lane Kiffin. I thought his zaniness, his cockiness has always been something that's really fun about him. But what did Carson Beck do against Ole Miss? Well, obviously they lost. He lost big time against them. It was 28-10. It was nearing the end of the season, and this is when the team was really struggling, and Carson Beck just could not get anything done. I mean, he had 3 interceptions in a game prior to this Ole Miss one against Texas, if you guys don't remember. And
wasn't the Ole Miss game like a rainstorm?
It was a little bit of rain. It was kind of like what it's raining like outside.
Like right now, like it was just a consistent rain. It wasn't like a hurricane or anything.
No,
going through,
nothing crazy.
It was a rain game.
But this was at the very end of, he had 3 interceptions the game prior against Florida, 3 interceptions against Texas. Mississippi State picked him off twice, and then 2 games before that, Alabama, of course, picked him off 3 times. But he also had 3 touchdowns in the second half of that game. That was the turning point for 2 people's seasons. Okay, that's what that was. But Joe, we do need to hop into a break. I just noticed that we were well over the time. So when we get back, it's gonna be second hour action.
Wow.
I don't know what happened there.
What happened?
I have no idea, bro.
Okay.
I really don't. Let me just do something.
Did our outro music hit the transfer portal?
It maybe did hit the transfer portal. I'm gonna fix something up right now.
Another radio station's paying it more money. Fantastic.
Yeah, and now we're off. Not yet. We're almost off.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant we were off. Like I said, okay, we're gone. Bye-bye. See you later.
No.
Peace out, ESPN Winchester. It's been fun.
There you go. You have enough time to say that. Let me fix up some stuff real quick.
Peace out, them guys. We really appreciate you. You want to keep watching? It's easy. Just go to WZZN TV. It's very easy for you. For everybody on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. You just keep doing what you're doing right now. It is all that. We've got everything going on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, all those places for you to watch and or listen as you continue throughout it. And now Ian Rappaport is saying it is as close to official as it's going to be that the Titans are going to stay at the number 1 spot. That they have had numerous phone calls and they are not budging.
But where does Cam Ward lie within the quarterbacks?
57 hours from now, what will the Titans be doing? We discuss next.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15. And Newmarket, Jefferson's will be opening a new location at 2190 County Road 65 very soon. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings. Hampton Cove, and soon in Newmarket. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. AI-powered betting models to help you make sharper picks during March Madness. Free 7-day trial available now at rhythm.com. That's RITHMM.com.
The NFL draft gets underway Thursday in Green Bay with the first round. The second and third rounds on Friday. The fourth round through the seventh round on Saturday. Number of Southeastern Conference players taken in the first round of the draft. It's an over-under bet, 14.5. That's juice to the over, minus 250. Atlanta Braves, a $2.25 favorite to win their fifth straight game as they host the St. Louis Cardinals today at Truist Park. Spencer Strider on the hill for the Braves. Andre Palante for the underdog Cardinals at plus 185. The total is 8, and that number is shaded to the over. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Relatively warm as we head into the overnight. Temperatures only dropping into the upper 50s and lower 60s, but we're going to maintain the opportunity for a little bit of rain. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky once again as we head into your Wednesday. A couple of peaks of sunshine here and there, but otherwise we're talking about a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 70s. We're also maintaining the opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. The good news here is that no severe weather is expected and the day is not going to be a complete washout. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com. Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. Welcome to the Blitz.
True words are never about to be spoken more than what I'm about to say. Second hour, final hour, best hour on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Joe Hunk, John Abraham. I need to grab a phone. Hold on.
Yeah, you might want to hold on to that thing.
So a few things have happened over the course of the last 4 minutes. One, UAH hit me up just a second ago and said, hey, have you received this email that we've been trying to send you? And I was going, what email are you sending it to? And they said your UAH email. I was like, I have not logged into my UAH email since 2006.
I don't even know if we still got the passwords for those UAH emails.
I had to log into all that's how I keep track of all the games and everything that I'm doing for them. That's what I do. But I was like, I haven't logged into that thing, like the email since I was a student. Like, I've definitely not logged into it since I've actually started working back for the university.
Yeah, I wonder if it still registers you as a student if you're able to get into your UAH email. You might want to check with Spotify or even Amazon to see if you can get the student discount.
So I'm looking over here and I'm looking right now and I'm going, wait a second. Do you know how many things that I have missed that's going to this email? I mean, tax forms, W-2. I've lost all this stuff. Like, I had no idea about any of this.
So that's why you're $5 behind in your taxes.
Yes. Yesterday morning, I go and I get the mail when I get back in from the show, and I've got this letter from the IRS, and it says the amount of money you claimed for 2024, the amount of money that we see for 2024. There is a difference of X, Y, and Z. Now, it actually works out in my favor because it means I'm getting more money back. But at the same time, if the IRS knows how much money that I am or am not making, why am I having to fill all the information out?
Man.
Like, it's almost like, is it, John, you've been in this situation on the other side of it. It's like the parent that already knows the answer, but they're still going to ask their kid to question. If you already know the answer, why are you asking me?
Because if we commit tax fraud, Joe, then they can make more money off of that.
Ignorance, how do I know? Okay, so that was the first thing.
That wasn't the most insane story you had?
No, that's not the most insane story that I had, because as I was told you guys at the very beginning of the show, my wife and I were joking around, and last night she started freaking out because her blood pressure was a little high, and she started saying, hey, we kind of need to start getting everything prepared just in case this happens. And I'm thinking, what do you mean just in case? She goes, well, my blood pressure's high. She goes, I think I'm all right. I could just be freaking out because I didn't sleep a lot last night, blah, 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 blah. And I go, okay. She's due on May 12th. We don't think she's making it that far, because that would be 39 weeks in one day. She is supposed to, and that's the day that is the day that if this baby is still in her stomach, then that's the day that we are bringing her out. We're extracting mission on this thing. Okay. It's all right. We're popping the cable and we're pulling the parachute. That's what we're doing. So we've always thought it was going to be like May 5th. My guess was April 28th, which is the reason why I continue to tell everybody, just give me till Saturday. Let me get through Saturday with everything that's going on. Then I'm good. We can have the baby right after that. So during the commercial break, my wife sends me a conversation that she's been having with one of her nurses. And it said, and it's her giving the nurse her blood pressure. And the nurse replies back, you need to call the office right now. We may need to see you today. So again, I'm like asking black and white questions here. Does this mean the baby's coming? Is the baby not coming? Are we just going in for a checkup? Or is April 22nd, 2025 going to be the birthday? Like, I just need to know, what am I doing here? And so I asked my wife, is this something where I need to join you for just in case? She goes, may not be a bad idea.
Joe, you need to have a sit down with that child that's in that belly, and you need to tell him, hey, look, I need a straight up answer because I got schedules.
Look, I think I pissed the kid off.
Probably did, because you were pushing its face in.
Is it possible to piss the kid off before the kid even gets out of the stomach?
You said you were like trying to squeeze its face.
I didn't try to squeeze. I just had my hands on the stomach, and I'm just like trying to talk to it face to face.
It was probably upside down. Its butt was probably facing you.
I may have been talking face to butt. I don't really know. Okay. It may have been a high five. It may have been a kick. I don't know which one it was, but all I said is, give me until Sunday. Just give me till Sunday. That's all I ask. That's all I'm wanting.
You think he's got a calendar in there, Joe?
If it's a he, we've got even more problems, because originally it's a she.
You think they got a? Oh, it is a she.
Yeah, it's a she. Okay. It is a she. It's a she. I've hinted at that throughout this whole time. Yeah, it's a she. It's a she.
Well, does it really have a gender until it comes out? I mean, do we really?
John,
I have no idea.
That's for the radio station behind you. That is for the radio station behind you. Okay.
What are babies? Where do they come from?
I just need to know a yes or no. So when my wife texted me this and she said, hey, you may need to join me on this little adventure, I then start looking at John and I'm going, John, we may need a plan. Like we keep saying we need a plan. We may need a plan. Like we may really need a plan. So if I'm not here during the next break, I didn't think we were going to be talking about this on April 22nd. I thought it was going to be a few more weeks. But if I'm not here because I've had to run to a doctor's office real fast, you know what's happening. Okay. I don't think that's going to be the case. If I'm not on Tom's show today, just know. Okay.
Well, I mean, it could have been any number of things that were going on that Joe would not be able to be on Tom's show for.
I may have a hangnail. 256-576-977.
Jason joins us
Oh,
here on
Jason.
the Blitz. Jason, how you doing, man? Oh, sorry, Jason. My water bottle was in the way.
Hey, John, I need you for Tom's show.
That's fine. I already understood that. You think I could leave though before Tom's show, get like some food because I didn't prep for this.
Yeah. Do you think I did? What's going on, Jason? Are you there, bro?
I'm here.
Okay, making sure. I'm getting text messages as we're going along here, so I'm coordinating with people right now.
Okay, on your child's birth,
yes.
My oldest was born on May the 9th, and it was supposed to go like on May the 11th. She came on a Friday, and the doctor informed us to get to the hospital that he was going to Daytona to the car race that weekend. So you may be going on May the 9th.
See, okay, so the way the schedule is, so my wife has all of her visits, all of our visits to the doctor scheduled on Thursdays. So that would be, so we have the 24th, the 1st, the 8th, and then the 12th, which is like a Monday. That is the
Right.
final day. So the other times that she's given birth have all been when we went in for an initial doctor's visit. It's like, I think right now may be the time, like, that sort of thing. So it's never been like an emergency where we have to like go in, but we're looking at right now being around 36 weeks right now. Like that's kind of where we're at, which obviously is not ideal, but it's also not horrible. It's only like 1 week before where all of our others were been born.
Yeah, that's what he did. He was going to something, and we were supposed to have the baby on the weekend, and he said, "Well, come on down. We'll have it on May the 9th." And our goodness, we did.
Well, and if this baby makes it to the 12th, the 12th is the final day. But I'm sitting over here now because I don't know how your family is or your wife or anything was. It was like hey, whose birthday would they be sharing a birthday with if they were born on this date? That's what we've been kind of doing over the past few weeks.
Right.
And so I'm just now looking up April 22nd, and I don't know how I feel about today, if today is the day. Because there are positives. Marshawn Lynch, she would be sharing a birthday with. Jack Nicholson. I love The Shining. Like, I'm looking at that sort of thing. Like, okay, she's a birthday twin with them. Like, okay. But then you've got these two, Machine Gun Kelly and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp's crazy ex-wife. And so I'll go.
Not the Machine Gun Kelly played for Texas Southern, right?
No, definitely not that Machine Gun Kelly. This is a different Machine Gun Kelly that I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay. So now it is. Yeah, she just texted me that we have a doctor's appointment that is scheduled for and during Tom's show. So that's what John and I were talking about right when you came on. Is I was like, hey, I just got this message. We may need to start planning some alternative stuff here.
Okay. Hey, John, if the Browns choose Milroe, are they going to give him the jersey number 2 for all their other famous first-round draft picks?
Who was the last number 2? I think it was Cooper.
They cannot be dumb enough to try to draft him number 2.
Well, then they're not going to draft him number 2. They're going to give him the number 2.
No, he just said if he drafts him in the second round. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. I don't know. Regardless, it's not going to make him play any better. If you do remember, though, he was number 2 for Alabama in his first year, so that's something to think about. But no, I'm honestly, I wouldn't complain too much if he became our quarterback. I think it would be a better pickup than Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was picked up in I think the 4th round 2 years ago. So it's a quarterback that I would know a lot more about, and I would also I would be able to rely more in, even though we still have the questions about the passing and the decision making. I would trust him more than a guy like Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was a really good quarterback in the Pac-12, whereas Jalen Milroe was a decent quarterback in the SEC. So
I would love to see Jalen Milroe go to the Baltimore Ravens because, I mean, they got the offense already built for him.
I would, if you're looking for somebody that could be able to at least run this style of offense, then Baltimore is the place. Now, the question is also going to be what type of offense would be happening in this scenario. I do think that if we're talking about the best offense for Jalen Milroe, an RPO offense is the best one because all you've got to do is make one read. That's it. And that's all he does anyway. So if you only have to make one read, then Baltimore's offense may be the place that would benefit Jalen the most in trying to learn from somebody, because we all know that from everything we've been told that he's stubborn. Like, we get this, we talk about family. He's stubborn. We understand that, but at the same time, Lamar Jackson would be somebody good for him to learn under, because Lamar has had to grow as a passer in the NFL and have to learn how to make multiple decisions. And I think that if you're going to learn from somebody that has a similar skill set, not saying that Milroe is anywhere close to Lamar Jackson, then you would at least be able to learn from somebody that's had to walk that path. It would be better for you.
I meant Dorian Thompson-Robinson, not Donovan Peoples-Jones. I get mixed up with
PTR?
all three
There's another
things.
UCLA quarterback.
Yeah, that was the quarterback I was talking about for UCLA.
That's the one from Oregon. Oh, yeah, at UCLA. I was thinking about somebody. The Bengals drafted the quarterback. Was it Oregon State or Keeley Smith? Yeah, I got that all wrong.
Say that one more time, because you went in and out.
The Bengals drafted quarterback about 15 years ago. Keeley Smith, the first-round pick.
Oh, you talking about the offensive lineman from Alabama that they drafted?
No, it was a quarterback.
The Oregon Ducks. He was a quarterback. He ended up in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, the Bengals drafted him first one year. Oh, he was awful.
Oh, that's
Really
why Joe
bad.
doesn't know about him, because he was that bad.
Yeah, he was awful. No, absolutely not.
4 seasons in the NFL from 1999 to 2002, and he had a record of 3-14. So at least he won a few games.
Oh, yeah, that's better than none.
No.
Hey, y'all have a good Tuesday, fellas.
Appreciate you, Jason. Good
maybe,
stuff, man.
Maybe a lot better.
Well, yours is going to be stressful, Joe.
No, it's going to be stressful. Even if today is not the day, now I am stressed out.
Well, yeah, a whole other life is about to be in this planet, Joe.
Well, no, I thought I had a couple more weeks, and I may still have a couple more weeks.
You might.
But all the plans of going home, getting everything in order, getting bags packed, making sure that everybody, kids are where they need to be. Like, that was all something we're supposed to do this week.
You think you have it bad, Joe? I'm going to have to be here for another 4 hours.
What do you think I did yesterday, John?
That's
what
right.
do you think I did yesterday?
Oh, for once, Joe, you decide to knock out the 3-show trilogy. Come on.
I know. Over
Steve
here.
already on deck.
Yeah.
He's like, what am I doing?
Steve did everything else, and then also did his show later on in the night.
It was a good show. Well, I got to listen to
Oh,
a
well,
little
since
bit
Steve's here, I need to go have a conversation, because apparently we got some plans that we need to make.
Yeah, you didn't say anything to him?
No,
yet?
I've already texted him.
Okay.
Steve, you know what Steve does? Here's what Steve likes to do. Steve will get a text message, and Steve's the person that goes, you know what? This probably isn't a thing that I'll probably need to reply to him with. I need to talk to him about it in person.
Yeah.
So he doesn't reply. And then you start talking about it in person, and he goes, hey, this is the reason why I wanted to hold off and talk to you about this in person, so that you can understand how I'm saying things. And he's standing right behind you. So I'm going to sit like he know I'm saying this where I know he can hear me on this. And I was like, so this is another one of those where it's like, we need to start having a conversation, because apparently my day has just absolutely flipped on its head from what's been going on. My child, you know what the child's going to see the first time that it's born, if it is born today?
Trash Panda's hat?
She is going to see a Trash Panda's hat, because I did not fix the hair today. Today was the day I didn't worry about shaving. I did nothing.
Gosh.
Because I was like, it is a Tuesday. I do not care. I have nothing going on today. I am not going to try to look presentable whatsoever. I'm throwing on a t-shirt. It's pouring down rain. And now the first thing that she sees when she comes out of the stomach is possibly going to be a Rocket City Trash Panda's hat. Yeah, we'll figure this out. 256-576-977 as one of us may continue on the Blitz when we come back. 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WCZN TV.
Oh, we could just end the show early.
This is Steve Moulton from 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and this is What's Happening. Be sure and download our app. Just search 977 ESPN in your Google Marketplace or your Apple Store, depending on your device, so you can take us wherever you might go. And you can also check out our latest zone deals. Head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. The top left banner reads, "Savings never tasted so good." Click on that, then enter in the big zone deals store for half-off zone deals of Lawler's Barbecue, Sea Salt, Carrabba's Italian Grill, Bubby's Diner, Corlejos Mexican Grill, Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, Divergence, Full Moon Barbecue, Bigfoot Little Donuts, Hickory Store Barbecue, Good Company Cafe, Apple Lane Farms, the Decatur location, and rounds of golf at Cherokee Ridge Golf Course and Gunter's Landing. And that's what's happening.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beaves likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
You don't have to go somewhere else just so you can go somewhere new. Plan your next vacation with Huntsville International Airport and Breeze Airways. Enjoy friendly, convenient, nonstop travel to some of the most exciting destinations in the U.S., including the home of 12 world-famous theme parks, Orlando, Florida. With flights starting as low as just $49, Breeze has got you covered with easy, breezy, nonstop flights to Orlando. Make all their dreams come true. Book nonstop to Orlando now at flybreeze.com.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to come test drive any one of our over 100 F-150s. From rock-solid, dependable work trucks to our state-of-the-art Platinum Series, we've got an F-150 for you. Test drive one today, and you'll understand why the F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, going on 48 years in a row. Just as successful offenses and defenses are built on teamwork, Woody Anderson Ford is powered by our people. Our sales and service teams are well-trained to save you time and money. And because we want your business again and again, no one will work harder to earn it. Our mobile service teams come to your home or business for oil changes, brake work, tire rotations, and more. And the great thing is you don't pay extra for it. We come to you with mobile service at no extra charge. Proud to be local, family-owned, and at your service for over 62 years. Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore.
Hello, listeners. My name is Jonathan Dunwoody, and I own Minuteman Press. We are a full-service print shop that is locally owned and operated. I have personally been handling direct mail for over 17 years and have a great relationship with the USPS. We are the only print shop in the area that is listed as a print provider on their website and the only printing franchise that can use their logo as our partner on marketing materials. We can help from conception to design, print, and delivery to the post office. And with our easy, secure online payment option, you don't even need to leave your office. Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
It's laundry season at Owen Home Appliance Center. Tired of that washer walking out the door and having to dry a load 2 or 3 times? It's time for a new washer and dryer. Pick from brands like Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, Electrolux, and of course, Speed Queen. Try the new 2-in-1 GE Profile that washes and dries a load all in one machine. Visit the interactive location in Lacey Springs where you can try the washers and dryers before you buy them. Owen Home Appliance Center. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's in the name, Owen Home Appliance Center.
Is that the relief you're going to have whenever you're done with having this child? Stand up, get some children,
Baby to stand up.
and then get crunked because you're just chilling now. You don't have to worry about it.
And she's texting me right now, and she's like, "I swear we're not going to have this baby today." And I was like, "Look, I don't care. We have a doctor's appointment now that we've got to go into because the doctors are kind of a little nervous about your blood pressure and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know this.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to know? I don't care if it's my third one. I don't know all the signs of all this stuff.
Yeah, you're never going to truly be an expert at birth unless you are actually helping people give birth every single day.
It was like Nico going in the transfer portal. I didn't know what was official and what wasn't until his name's actually in the portal. We could say, oh, we think he's going to be going. Oh, we think this guy's going to be going. We think that this cornerback is going to be going. We think he is. Until his name is there and there is a commitment and a contract signed.
Yep.
I don't know.
Same thing can be said for the NFL draft. Cam Ward going first. I like it. I gotta admit. All right, I look at him. He's more of like the 20th prospect in all of the prospects that are coming into the draft, of course. But for a team that desperately needs a quarterback, and yes, they could continue on with Will Levis. They could end up going and grabbing Kirk Cousins, trading with the Vikings or with the Falcons, getting Kirk Cousins on the team, and then having Kirk Cousins try and teach Will Levis a thing or two. That would be a great idea. Will it work? Who knows? Does Brian Callahan have enough time for it? Probably not. So the young buck from Miami is probably the guy that you got to pull in and get in. And I honestly don't think it's a bad idea because this kid still was throwing for 4,300 yards. He still had 39 touchdowns, nearly 40. And he also had just seven interceptions across his last 2 seasons, 7 apiece. But regardless, he was one of the most consistent quarterbacks. He was also one of the most clutch quarterbacks. And on top of that, Joe, very confident. And he didn't even do that in the playoffs because they didn't make the playoffs. Now, was that a bad thing? A little bit. They lost to Georgia Tech at the end of the season. But regardless, Cam Ward is the quarterback that the Titans are going to get. First pick, first round, done deal. It's the picks that are coming after that are going to be the ones that are interesting.
Well, and let's go back to one. Okay, let's start there. No, I'm just saying.
You still think there's a doubt in your in the Titans' mind that they're going to pick somebody else outside of Cam Ward?
Well, my thought process is more about if they are staying at one, then Cam Ward is the only option. And I know that a lot of people, and I'm included, like I want Abdul Carter. I would take Travis Hunter. Like I'm looking at those options. But with where this coaching staff is in year 2 of their plan in rebuilding, I don't believe that there is another player that they can take to justify the plan in which they have. It is more about if this is Mike Tomlin, if you know what I'm saying, like if this is a coach that has been there for 15 years and his spot with the franchise is solidified, he's already on like his 3rd or 4th contract extension. Okay, you could probably talk about an Abdul Carter. You could talk about a Travis Hunter. Like you could talk about those. Even is it Will Campbell? I believe is the offensive lineman.
Yeah,
like those,
from LSU.
Yeah, from LSU. Like you could talk about those. You have got to have somebody that is touching the football every single play on the offense that is going to make a difference in the game.
No.
Travis Hunter may not make a difference every single play. Abdul Carter may not make a difference every single play. A quarterback is going to make a difference every single play, whether it's handing it off and or passing.
You could make a point to say that Travis Hunter could do that because he literally will be making a difference every play on offense and defense. So that's something that you could look at. But I see where you're coming from, and this is why we do see so many quarterbacks get drafted in the first pick, because that's usually the glaring problem for a lot of these failing franchises. And that's why we see what the Panthers did a few years ago. That's why we saw what the Texans did. I mean, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty much with the quarterback room. But obviously there's not too many options to go with. So if the Titans did decide to trade that first pick with, say, the Falcons to get I'm already blanking on his name, Kirk Cousins, that would be to the point where you now need to get a little bit more compensation and it might need to be a trade within some other teams as well.
If you get Kirk Cousins, it's not going to involve the first overall pick. It is going to involve Will Levis. It is going to involve possibly a 4 or a 5, and it's also going to involve the Falcons having to take half the salary.
I do think that it's past the time where they could do that, where they could trade away the first pick.
Because if you're going to trade away the first pick, you're only trading away the first pick to a team that is 2 or 3 spots below you. You're not going to trade away the first pick unless you are getting a Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, an equally good playmaker
to drop down to down to number 15.
Well, if you drop to 15, though, you still have a majority of the quarterbacks on the list. Shador might even still be there, Joe.
Oh, no, he's most likely going to be
Some people are projecting him at 9 with the Saints. So, I mean, you could still pick up a Shador. You could change the entire rhetoric with trading with the Falcons. Then maybe seeing if you could do something sexy with the Saints just in case they have a little bit more interest in Shador than you thought beforehand. So it's just an idea. But if not Shador, who would you go with? If it's not Cam Ward, if it's not Shador, if they're sitting around that 15 spot, hypothetically, who would the Titans pick up?
I would look to see if offensive lineman who's available. That's who I'm looking for, because you still do need help on the offensive line. I know that you've made a couple of moves. You've made some thoughts on this, but if you're looking at the final grouping of things like this, this is where I am thinking to myself, I have to be looking at offensive line. I have to be going with something there that I know that even if it's not a game changer, it is going to be somebody that we could utilize. There's, even with the Falcons right now, you have Mike Green that is being projected there. There's a Tyler Warren that's being projected to the Colts at 14. Those are players that are going to be complementary players to your offense. Matthew Golden is being looked at around the 18 mark from Texas. You could look at Jahad Campbell from Alabama at your linebacker position, which Tennessee does need a linebacker, but you can't just have a solid pick at 15. You need to have something that is going to help the vision of the offense, and those picks are not helping the vision.
Yeah. Let's head to the phone lines. We got Brandon on with us. Brandon, how you doing, man? Brandon,
y'all were talking about this situation with the quarterback, and before I would take Cam Ward at 1, I would trade back and start wrong way Max Duggan.
What? Why are we bringing Max Duggan in this whole situation?
Because I would rather have him at quarterback than waste a first-round pick on Cam Ward.
Wow. So you're that strong on not drafting Cam Ward in the first pick.
Okay. Y'all remember Vic Beasley?
Vic Beasley?
Oh, absolutely, Vic Beasley. He was a Titan for all of a day. I don't even think he ever put a jersey on because he quit on the Falcons.
He's huge.
Okay. He's from right up the road from me. And when he was drafted, he was asked, "Do you love football?" And he said, "I like football." I ain't sure that Cam Ward loves football. I think Cam Ward likes football. There's a difference. If it is not every fiber of your being, and you're not that guy that's willing to do it all, you ain't the first overall pick for me. And nothing about Cam Ward screams, I am putting it all on the line for my team.
That's definitely
Football
interesting.
mechanics. I mean, I got to have a dude that is wholly sold out to me and my program and is willing to do whatever. And I think football is better now that John Gruden is back. And I want to see, I would love to have John Gruden's real true assessment of what he thought of Cam Ward off the record. And I believe if he spent enough time with him, he would tell you, dude's pretty good, but he ain't that dude. I just feel like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Titans can't afford to screw this up. I mean, you take him, he's no good. You took him number 1 overall, but what are you getting for it? I mean, I feel like the Falcons are playing a false hand. I feel like they want to get rid of Cousins because they want to get all that money off the books.
Oh, they absolutely do. Oh yeah, because they saw, wait a second, we think Michael Penix is ready a lot sooner than what we thought he was going to be. And so let's go ahead and try to at least get $10 million off of this, where that's going to be money that we could use for a one and or two players.
I would keep messing with the Falcons and lowballing them. But if I could get more picks and move back from 1 to 3 or get whatever I could do, I would. I mean, I remember the time, what was it, Jeff Fisher sent all 5 of the picks he got for RG3 out as captains to start the game. You know, he went full gangster on them. You keep seeing this with these franchises. We talked about it, and I sent y'all numbers the other day. The Falcons, the Titans, the Jaguars. Other than Matt Ryan, they hadn't been able to get it right at quarterback. I mean, you're talking Jeff George and Mike Vick were the 2 that they re-signed. I just hate to see the Titans go out and sign another quarterback, first-round guy, who probably won't get a second contract. Because I think it's more money and hype than it is football.
Well, that's definitely an interesting statement because, I mean, when you look at what Cam Ward has done in the last 3 years, the way that he plays, the work that he puts in, he might not act like he is the playmaker or he is a guy that really cares about it, but I think that's just the way that he is. He's cool with the way that he talks about his own talents. He just says, hey, I'm just like that sport. It's fun. It's not my favorite thing to do, but at least he's not Johnny Manziel.
Agree on that. Did you see where Shedeur Sanders was telling him to quit on his team? Did y'all see that video?
Was telling who that he quit on his team?
Cam Ward.
Because he got out of the bowl game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the way he talked to Shedeur, talked to him, and just a response that came out of him from that, like he was like, whatever, that ain't my guy.
Definitely doesn't sound like it.
See, and I know that is being used against him, but I think, like, I'm wondering what the entire story was. And I think that was it. And I have to believe that every single team that sat down with Cam at the combine asked him that exact same question. And there may be more to it. Like Cam, that was not being talked about. Like in all reality, I want to feel like, and again, just my thought watching everything kind of play out the way it did, as the discussion was always going to be, we want to get you the record. Once we get you the record, let's go ahead and pull you out because this game is meaningless. And we do not want you getting hurt and then you not being able to do anything with the draft and being able to help yourself draft stock wise. I want to believe that was always the decision and that was how it was going into this game the entire time. And even for the backup quarterbacks, they knew Cam is getting what he's getting. And then once he gets that, it's my turn.
And so far it's falling into place perfectly because he's still projected number 1 overall.
And I think that also, because again, I try to look at this from like a 10,000 foot, view. And I'm thinking, well, that's also Cam that may be saying the word and saying something like, only giving the answer and what she did as a dude, you don't know the whole story.
Exactly.
Like you're saying this based on what you've read or what you've seen or what your dad told you. Like you're not learning everything else. You don't know the entire backstory about what was going on. It may have been a, hey, I didn't want to play period because it is a meaningless game. I don't want to get hurt. Let's go ahead and get the backups going so that they can get some stuff on film for spring. The game is meaningless. And then the coaches and everybody around me was like, no, dude, we want you to get this record. Let's go ahead and get it. Then you get out of the game. It could have been that. We don't know the entire full story behind it. And we may never know it.
If he'd have hit him back and been like, well, you were playing in the game because you didn't actually play a meaningful game because your team ain't good enough, that would have been a great comeback for it. But as a Titans fan, Joe, when you look at Cam Ward, are you saying that we're taking him because he's there, or we're taking him because we feel like he is actually good enough to be the number 1 pick? Like in your heart, is that settled, or are you saying you just got to take him because you got to get a quarterback?
No, the way that I'm looking at this is from a fan standpoint. I personally, if it was up to me and I'm sitting here in this, I'm trying to phrase this the right way. My thought process the whole time has been trade back, get more picks, possibly pick up somebody that a team is wanting to let go. Like a Myles Garrett that was saying he wants out of Cleveland, a Kirk Cousins that's saying he wants out of Atlanta, or not saying he wants out of Atlanta, that Atlanta wants to get away from. It drop back and be able to kind of pick up some stock with everything. And, you know, the other person that's available is going to be Jackson Dart. If we're talking about it at the 15 spot, Jackson Dart's available. Okay. That's what my status has been from day one, the very moment that the Patriots won their game and the Titans lost theirs. I am trading back. I want to get as much for this as I possibly can. The problem is, and I'm looking at it from inside of that facility, these coaches can't sell us trading back and getting a Shedeur Sanders or a Jackson Dart as a cog. They need somebody that they can sell, and that they're saying this is the next step in the evolution of what I'm wanting to do with this offense and with this team. And unfortunately, the only person that is available that you're looking at that can be that game changer is Cam Ward. Whether it is a good or a bad, there's nobody else that the Tennessee Titans, can justify drafting at 1 and try to sell to the fan base. There's not another single person.
If you say you traded back and you got back to, say, somebody around 7 or 8 wanted to come up to 1, which would be a real reach.
Mm-hmm.
If you were sitting there and you said to yourself, okay, I would pick between Shedeur and Cam at 7, just as a pure football player, who would you take?
I wouldn't take either at 7.
You wouldn't take either at 7.
No, I wouldn't.
And that's where
at that point.
No. Now it's 7. It's a different conversation, because now I want to know, 1, is Hunter available? That's one thing I want to know. The other thing is I want to know what offensive linemen are available.
Will Campbell might still be on the board at that point.
Will Campbell still could be at that, especially if a team is moving up in front of you to possibly take somebody else. Is Abdul Carter still available? Like, I need to know who is on the board, because here's what's happening right now. Here's what's happening in all these war rooms. They are going through simulations. And so the Titans, for instance, they don't have to simulate, okay, if this person's off the board or if this person's off the board, here's what we're going to do. What they're simulating is, okay, what if we get this phone call and we are about to be on the clock and this is what we are offered? Now, say we are given Kirk Cousins $10 million. We're dropping back to 15. Now, what do we have at 15? Where are we going to go? That's the scenarios that they're going through right now in those, because and they're saying this and going, I need to know who's off the board and who's still on the board, because that's going to change the direction I'm going to go. If I'm sitting here at 15, if we get to 10 and it is and we're looking and you still see a Cam, you still see a Shedeur, you still see a Jackson Dart, and we're looking at, say, the New Orleans Saints. Okay, well, we have Kirk Cousins in our pocket now. What if we traded him from us to you? You give us the 9, you get the 15. Now we're moving up for somebody. Like, those are the things that are having to go through this. So it's not a simple, hey, if he's at 7, who's available? I need to know who's available. Then I can make the decision on Cam or Shedeur. If none of the guys that I just mentioned, if Campbell, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, if none of those guys, which are 3, and you're talking about 4 picks behind that, if none of those are available, then I would still be trying to trade back, and I probably still wouldn't be taking them at 7.
I guess I would rather, if I'm a Titans fan, my organization to say, look, we had the number 1 pick and we traded it back because we decided that we just felt that the guy that was there was not the guy for us. And just be honest, like Josh Heupel, they decided to move on. You take a moral victory, does it help you on the field? No, not necessarily, but there's so many of these quarterbacks, if you take a look at the numbers, that get drafted in the first round, and they don't turn out.
Oh, no.
So I guess
I agree with you.
Saying it's okay to shy away from them.
Well, it is, but it also isn't, because when you're in a football stadium and it's pouring down rain and you're wearing the Oilers uniforms and you're playing the Texans and you're getting the floor bopped with you and you're looking around and the stadium is half empty and Will Levis has already been benched and Mason Rudolph is your quarterback, you're going, I've got to do something to get these fans interested. Plus the fact that we're building a $1.5 billion stadium and we still need more people to buy season tickets. Will Levis is not going to be that guy. Mason Rudolph is already gone. He's not going to be that guy. We've brought in a couple of pieces here and there. That's the reason why it has to be Cam Ward, because Abdul Carter is not going to get all of the Titans fans running to the Titans shop to buy his number. Travis Hunter may, but he's not going to get the excitement that I think Titans fans are wanting, because you do have a lot of pieces on the offensive side. You need somebody to drive the car. That's what it is. And he's not a Georgia player, so we know that he can drive a car.
Well, we said that the other day, those numbers I sent you, 30% of first-round picks get a second contract.
Mm-hmm.
Of that, the highest retention rate is offensive line. First-round offensive linemen get re-signed 92% of the time.
Yeah. No, and so if I'm looking at number 7, then the offensive tackle from Missouri, I believe, is like the number 2 offensive tackle. And was it like Armada
Membou?
Yeah, Membou. I would go with him. Like, again, offensive line in the first round is almost a shoe-in that they are going to be good, unless their name is Isaiah Wilson. That they are going to be good, because they are going to look like, even if you look at the Titans have drafted offensive linemen and they have pieced them in the past 2 seasons, and those guys are making a difference. Skoronski's playing left guard. You have JC that's now either going to be playing left and or right, depending on what it is. The only reason the Cowboys were even good 5 years ago and 6 years ago and 7 years ago was because, as much as we want to make fun of Jerry Jones for being an idiot, the man drafted like offensive linemen like 5 or 6 years straight, and he had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL for multiple years. That's the only reason that team was good.
Yeah, he wasn't scared to get Lyle Collins after he didn't get drafted, and the Falcons wouldn't even talk to him.
No, see, and those are the types of things those are the decisions you can make when you're not at 1. When you're at 1, it's a whole different ballgame, because your fans are always expecting the next Peyton Manning. They're always expecting the next Tom Brady, even though, yes, I know he was not drafted. They're expecting that guy to be the one to change the franchise. Now, sometimes you can be smart, because remember, there was a large majority of America that thought that the Texans should have went with Reggie Bush in the number 1 pick, or Vince Young with the number 1 pick the year that they came out. And instead they went with Mario Williams, I believe is what it was, the defensive end.
Yep.
And he just became a wrecking ball between him and JJ Watt. Like, those two were amazing. Fans were upset about it, but the Texans knew that was the best option. To me, the best option right now is Hunter or Abdul Carter, but this coaching staff is not in a position that they can take that chance, because if they have another sub 500 year, they're gone.
Where do the Browns pick at?
2nd.
Boy, if you could trick them into getting 1 and you getting 2.
Oh yeah,
let them get Cam Ward and not re-sign him in 4 years.
Yeah, no, I would take that in a heartbeat. I would much rather be at 2. They get Cam Ward and you get Travis Hunter. I would totally go for that.
I don't know if the Browns would go with Cam Ward at this point.
That's the other part, is I don't think they would. Now, if you could get the Giants to trade up to 1, and then you get somebody from them, as well as allow them to pick 1, and you go to 3, then you know that you're either getting Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter.
Giants would definitely be picking up Cam Ward if they had the opportunity.
Yes, that is a must. You absolutely do that if you could. You get them to trade you Thibodeau. You also see if you could possibly get somebody like a Slayton involved in this, because you know that they're not going to trade you their number 1 wide receiver, but they may trade you their number 2. You trade your number 1 back to number 3. You give them the number 1 as well. You probably swap like a 4 or a 5, maybe try to pick up a 2 or a 3. There's a lot to a trade, but they get Cam Ward. You get whoever the Browns don't pick between Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter.
More complicated than a divorce. Gentlemen, roll tide.
Great stuff. Yeah, no, the trades you'll see in all Roll Tide, by the way. The trades you'll see in the early rounds, they're not going to be like, oh, this for this. It's not going to be like putting a circle into a circle or a square into a square. It is going to be like getting an oblong dough painting or whatever, throwing it on the wall, and then having to draw it again on a piece of I don't know, cowhide or something like that. That's how these trades in the first few rounds are, and the
Right
simpler
now,
you say, the wrong you will be.
We'll see. Right now, the Titans have the first overall pick. They also have a second round pick, and then they also have a fourth pick, or they have 2 4s, 2 5s, and 2 6s. They do not have a third round pick right now. So that question is going to pop up about possibly making a trade with one of the 4s and one of the 5s and the 6s and trying to add a third round draft pick into this. Look, the guys potentially like a Shador is going to be there. Jackson Dart is not going to be there. So if you wanted to trade back, try to pick up a 3, maybe trade Will Levis to the Falcons as a backup quarterback to Michael Penix, then you're starting to kind of maneuver in a way that you could have a Jackson Dart, have him learn from Kirk Cousins, and whoever's the best quarterback in September is the best quarterback that's going to be stepping on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you could potentially do.
I think a lot of teams also just looking forward to next year's quarterback class. Arch Manning, possibly. Nico Iamaleava.
The possibility of Arch Manning, I think, is a big role in this for some people. But, again, you don't know what he's going to do.
You don't. And that's
if he wins the Heisman, if Texas wins the national championship, then he may go peace out, one and done, and I'm going to walk out.
Hey, but the money's nice in college football. And Nico's sitting right behind him, Drew Aller, Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier. I think this list is going to change by the end of the season. No doubt about that. Kate Klubnik sitting at 6. We can go down that list, but we got to hit a break. Pay some bills when we come back. Joe might be gone. I have no idea. We haven't had an update yet. We'll give you an update, and we'll go on from there as we close out this edition of The Blitz here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, and WZZN TV.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list and maybe a little scary, but it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at jetsuperstore.com.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Tom Abraham back from my friend Ross Roberts at Valley Equipment Rental. It's springtime, so let's get that garden tilled with a tiller from Valley Equipment. And while you're at it, snag a power washer for the house and the driveway. And if you're putting in a sprinkler system, they have the small trencher that you need. And you can even rent a Skag zero-turn mower and much more to get your property in shape. Valley Equipment, not just for the contractor, but the homeowner as well. 2 locations on the North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
Rocket City, for air that's cool and clean, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Get HVAC smart with Professor Green and the expert team at sensagreen.com. Now offering up to $1,500 off any new Bryant system. Whatever it takes, Sensa Green has Huntsville covered. Remember, folks, with innovative, sensible green solutions, contact Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation.
You know, this process is all about talking ball.
Listen to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond.
What did they want privacy for? To just start talking ball.
Every weekday morning, wake up with Scott and Drew. It's Talkin' Ball. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Final segment, Beth segment. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Joe Hunk, John Abraham.
That's me.
That is him. We also, before we wrap everything up again, want to say thank you to everybody that was out at Cherokee Ridge yesterday for the golf tournament, for helping out the Make-A-Wish Foundation and making that an absolute fantastic event that we were able to do over there. And we appreciate everybody over at Cherokee Ridge for helping out as much as they did as well.
Pete is always a wonderful host for us, and he'll do the same for you guys. Just head on down. It's towards Arab and get yourself golfing on one of Alabama's most beautiful courses. I love that place. I mean, hole 5, it'll consume your balls. Not like that. The water. There's water that it'll take all your balls.
No, continue. Just continue.
And do you know Tyler Shue is at 78 right now on this draft board? He's behind Dylan Sampson. I'm on tankathon.com. All right. And I like to go over here. All right. Tyler Shue, though, that everybody's talking about, like, oh, this guy, he could be a surprise pickup. He's all the way down to 78. And he was the Louisville quarterback. Obviously, he had over 3,000 yards, 26 or 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And he showed out in the combine. I mean, he definitely looked like a capable quarterback. But again, there's times when you are going to hear people, they're going to say that this is a quarterback that might be sneaky. And teams jump up and grab him in the second round when they definitely shouldn't be. Tyler Shue is probably a 4th-round quarterback. All right? If I see the Browns even think about it, I'll have to tell them, no. There's plenty of other quarterbacks in the sea. For me, Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart.
If Titans were drafting anywhere other than one, I would say Jackson Dart. The scouting report on Cam Bohr that makes me nervous is the first thing it says is he has a tendency to want to play hero ball.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what Will Levis tries to do, and that's the reason why we're in this situation that we're in. So
these kids are going to learn fast.
Well,
Will Levis never did, so.
He's only been in the league for 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, one of us may be. I don't know if I will be. Well, I'll give you an update later on.
All right. See you, Joe.
Love you. Bye.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up and temperatures going down right now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.